Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is C No Chemtrails. It's November 8th, 2018. I had a thought about something I wanted to talk about in the video and I forgot. It's the Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo asteroid. I don't know if anybody's watched that video from Richie, but Richie's making a big deal about it because there's an artist's conception of what an alien spacecraft could look like. And it somewhat looks like the Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo asteroid. Well, that's stupid. But it's fake. You know, because there's no outer space. So, but what I find funny is Richie is so screwed up in the head. This to just prove, I mean, really, if anybody pays attention to what he says, in that particular video, you catch him in a lie. In a lie. It's flat out. There it is, a lie. He says that Harvard gets involved. And of course, Harvard, the one that brought you Solar Shield and everything else. They say that, and he says this, Harvard says it is an alien spacecraft. It's what Richie says in the video very clearly. He says it is an alien spacecraft. Then, actually before he says that it is an asteroid. And then he compares it to an obelisk. It does not look, he said it looks exactly like an obelisk. The obelisks have been around since time immemorial. Well, time immemorial is actually a phrase used for time immemorial. The memorial part is the fact that it was before recorded history. So it's been going on since before recorded history. The thing about the obelisks is they're not before memorial. They're not time immemorial. They've been around and they're recorded. They're written on. There's books written about them. Yeah, there's some that we don't know about, but it's just idiotic to say that the obelisk has been around since time immemorial. He loves that saying. Just makes it seem more valid, I guess, because he has a big word he can use that most people may not or probably don't know what it actually means. So they've been around for time immemorial, since unrecorded history, which makes no sense because they are recorded. But I digress. So now they're obelisks. But it's an obelisk. But it's fake. But it looks like Mr. Hanky. So now it's a spaceship. He says it's a spaceship. So the first breath he says it's an asteroid that looks like an obelisk, exactly like an obelisk. Second breath, he says, quote, something to the effect of a quote, Harvard says it's an alien interdimensional spacecraft, an alien spacecraft. He calls it alien spacecraft. Then in the same breath, he literally says, he reads the Harvard article and it calls it an asteroid from interstellar space. They don't know what it is and they don't know how old it is. He says, well, of course they don't, because it's not real. Okay, if you don't believe in space, then I guess it's not real. But I believe in outer space. And I don't see why they would fake a Mr. Hanky asteroid. I just don't get it. What would be the purpose of faking it? They don't call it an alien spaceship. He calls it an alien spaceship. They call it a piece of interstellar, I actually forget now. They call it an interstellar something. I don't remember now. But they call it interstellar. Interstellar debris, something to that effect. Okay, that's what it is. It's something that got spat out from the interstellar, and I guess it's worked its way into our solar system enough, and it's close enough that big telescopes have picked it up. Okay. What's to be scared about that? They're not saying it's going to hit the Earth. They're not saying it's coming close to the Earth. I don't know that it will or it won't. They're not warning anybody. They're just saying, hey, look what we found. A piece of interstellar debris. We've been looking for these for years. We're excited because we've never seen one. We don't know how old it is. We don't know what it's made of. So that makes it fake. because they don't know. Well, if anybody knows how science works, that's how science works. It starts with an idea. You form a theory, and maybe I've got the two backwards. You form a theory, and then you create a hypothesis. Yeah, I use big words too, a hypothesis. And then you test your hypothesis. Well, that's what is going on right now. They are forming theories about what it is. They're forming hypotheses to figure out what it is. And they're finding ways to figure out what it is. That's all they're doing. It's not a conspiracy. It's a freaking Mr. Hanky. It does. It looks just like Mr. Hanky. It looks like a freaking turd. It's funny. Maybe they put it in there for humor, but of course Richie doesn't believe in outer space. He believes the firmament is solid, and the Milky Way is where the firmament ripped and flooded the Earth, and all the stars are luminaries floating in either helium-1 or helium-2, liquid helium-1 or helium-2. Now, I don't know where he gets his ideas that it's liquid helium-1 or 2, but he's sure of that. That's what it is. He's sure of it. It's liquid helium-1 or 2, because the moon looks like it's floating in liquid. Other videos, you say it's water, as above, so below. You say it's water. That's what flooded the Earth. So there's another lie. Watch his videos about when God flooded the Earth. He ripped the firmament, and the waters in the heavens poured down, and then they drained away. So in other videos, he says it's water. In this video, he says it's liquid helium. The moon is floating in this liquid helium. Okay, so where is the sun in all this? Where's the sun at? If everything above us is liquid helium, I mean, that's got to go on for eternity then. So that must be heaven. So if heaven is liquid helium, we're going to be living in liquid helium? That's heaven? Doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's liquid helium. So we're going to go to heaven in liquid helium. Or did liquid helium flood the Earth? I mean, his theories don't make sense. You can pick them apart and realize the guy is freaking nuts. He's crazy. I'm actually to the point where I don't want to make these videos. But you know what? He really gets under my skin. And I'll say that he does. He gets under my skin. But I get under his because he makes rhetorical videos to little old me with 33 subscribers. And I appreciate my subs, and I appreciate the few comments and likes and thumbs up, whatever. Thank you. I don't need a lot of them, but I appreciate them. I really actually do. It's nice to see that somebody watched it. It's nice to get a comment. But I'm not worried if I don't. But Richie's worried about if he does it. I mean, what I'm seeing in the sky right now, there's a storm coming in. And we have possible flurries coming in next week. It's supposed to rain. But some will call this Operation Solar Shield. Although yesterday, the day before, the day before, the day before, and how many other days on my videos where there's sun. These just happen to be clouds. I really want to make my videos at the 6-minute mark. I always seem to go 8 or 9 because I have the feeling that's why I don't get a lot of views. Because people don't want to listen to me for 8 or 9 minutes, and that's fine. I need to learn to make them a little shorter, but I have a lot to say too, because I do look up. I do investigate. My numbers may be off on some things, but what I am not doing is spreading fear or hate. I guess you could say I'm spreading hate for Richie, but I'm not trying to make people afraid. I'm not trying to make people hate everybody else. I'm not trying to make people sell their 401ks. I'm not selling my soul for his sponsors making video commercials for their company that I'm just making videos. Everything I see, you see. I don't have to use other people's videos to prove a point. Fake news articles. I just show you literally what I'm seeing. If someone else sees something in it that I don't see and they believe that's what it is, then so be it. And you want to leave a comment and say, well, that they're really doing it here. Okay, well, God bless you then. At least you're not an asshole or crazy. Not every conspiracy theorist is crazy, but it's people like Richie, Face Like the Sun, and a bunch of them that give people that do believe in the conspiracies a bad name. You really need to think about that. People like Richie give all you people that really do believe in them but are generally nice people, they give you a bad name. But just remember, it's Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Poo Asteroid. And I'm out.